Tra l'altro c'era bisogno delle scarpe, Marco, perché Verstappen quando è arrivato non aveva le sue scarpe, ha usato quelle gialle di Sergio Perez, forse Perez quando ha rimesso quelle che ha usate da Verstappen e qualcosa è rimasto nelle scarpe. Vince Sergio Perez il Gran Premio dell'Azerbaijan e Max è lì sotto il podio come Leclerc quando è andato sotto il podio da Sainz. Verstappen che Marco era più 15, si è ritrovato a meno 18 e si ritrova a più 4, tutto in pochi minuti. Sebastian Vettel.
Penso che tanti sono contenti per il podio di... Mi sembra incredibile quanto ha faticato all'inizio del mondiale e come si è ripreso e Gasly che è un pilota super solido.
Mai successo, ne era Power Unity Marca, 2 gare di fila senza Mercedes sul podio. È il momento delle bollicine, Ferrari Trento con Sergio Perez, con Sebastian Vettel e Pierre Gasly. È il momento della festa, è il momento noi delle valutazioni di questa gara eterna lunghissima. Tra pochissimo respiriamo un attimo, lo spot è gol.
Checo, another race win with Red Bull. I mean, what a mad race that was.
Yeah, I'm so happy for today. You know, the race, normally Baku is pretty crazy. First of all, I have to say I'm very sorry for Max because he did a tremendous race and he really deserved the win. It would have been incredible, you know, to get that 1-2 for the team. But at the end, you know, it is a fantastic day for us. We were close to retire the car, but luckily we managed to finish the race. And it was quite difficult all the way till the end.
I mean, you had a 7-time world champion pushing you all the way through the stints, and then when it came down to the restart, tell me what you were thinking when you lined up there for that restart, what you were going to do.
He had very strong pace throughout the race, you know. I think we had a bit of a slow stop as well, so the overcut came a bit closer to him, and he just pushed me from lap onwards. You know, I had the pressure on him from him pretty much since the beginning, and and then at the start, I had a poor start, so he was alongside me, but I was like, I'm not going to miss it. You know, I broke as late as I possibly can, and he did the same, but it didn't work for him. At least it's a good day for the team.
And as Checo clicked with this Red Bull car now, can you go confident to the next race you're going to be in the same performance?
Yeah, this is definitely a strong boost of confidence for myself and for the team.
Well done, Checo. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Hey Checo, I guess overall this has just been a weekend to forget.
Yeah, definitely. I think with my mistake from yesterday, today we were able to make a lot more progress than yesterday, but there at the end, I think we could have finished 7th. I was looking after the tire better than the people ahead. But yeah, we went for the fastest lap for some strategic reasons, and I think overall it's a weekend just that we have to forget and aim to come back stronger.
Hello everyone, this is the Casual Fan. Now, Sergio Perez had a horrible race at the British Grand Prix, and that saw him ultimately start the race from the pit lane, which meant he was never in contention during the race, and the race effectively turned into a damage limitation exercise. Currently, Perez stands 5th in the driver standings behind both Valtteri Bottas and Lando Norris with 104 points to his name. It's been a bumpy ride for the Mexican at Red Bull, with some appreciable highs and some lows as well. He has received appreciation from the Red Bull camp on occasions, and on others even Red Bull has admitted that they need more from Perez in the championship. After another slightly disappointing outcome, I feel this is a good time to break down how Perez has fared at Red Bull in his first season with the team, and if he really has proven to be an upgrade to Pierre Gasly and Alex Albon in the second seat. Now, first of all, I guess the biggest triumph for Perez was his victory at Baku, where he would win when Max Verstappen would retire from the race because of a tire puncture. Other than that, Perez was able to grab a podium at the French Grand Prix as well, and helped the Red Bull secure the lead in the Constructors' Championship. What has worked for Perez throughout the year has been his ability to keep calm and slowly work towards the front of the grid in races. If we remove the British Grand Prix and the Austrian Grand Prix, more often than not, Perez has progressed through the field and gained on his starting positions throughout the race. If we compare this with the likes of Alex Albon and Pierre Gasly, there was a lot of frustration that could be heard from both the youngsters during the races and in the weekend. And in the end, that did lead to lackluster races from the duo and ultimately a not so flattering result as well. Perez on his part has brought a sense of sensibility within the team, and more often than not, for a team like Red Bull, that usually helps, especially in this high intensity battle the team finds itself in against Mercedes. All in all, for sure, Sergio Perez has had his moments behind the wheels of the Red Bull this season. Now, looking at the other side of the coin is where Red Bull would be concerned. On the surface, Sergio Perez trails Lando Norris in the championship. And this is the case despite Perez driving arguably the fastest car on the grid, while Lando is driving a McLaren that is, even on its best day, the third fastest car on the grid. This is a similar kind of result that was on display when Alex Albon and Pierre Gasly were driving for Red Bull. Moreover, Perez has more often than not struggled with the single lap pace and trails Verstappen by at least 2 to 3 tenths on a good day. At Silverstone, however, he trailed Max by a whopping 7 tenths of a second. At a top team like Red Bull, such a huge gap is just not acceptable, and what it does is that it forces Perez to start the race in the midfield, and because of that, he finds it tough to fulfill the role he has been selected for, and that is supporting Max Verstappen during the race. Perez was signed by Red Bull to fulfill the role of a driver that can pick up the pieces whenever Max has an off weekend. At Baku, and even to an extent at this French Grand Prix, Perez was able to fulfill that role admirably. However, the last 2 Grand Prix, Perez has been found wanting, and his deficit to Max in the single lap pace has left him vulnerable to getting out-qualified by the midfield teams. To conclude, for sure, there have been circumstances where Perez has been able to fulfill the role that he has been signed up for. But more often than not, he spent too much time fighting the midfield teams and hence has been unable to make the kind of impact that was expected of him. Now, finally, in conclusion, if we have to sum up Sergio Perez's time at Red Bull until now, then you have to call it disappointing. Sure, he has a win and a podium to his name, but the bottom line remains. He finds himself 5th in the standings behind a McLaren driver and a Mercedes driver that has been criticized for his performance this season. These are not great numbers, and this is where I give my final verdict. The role that Sergio Perez was hired to do, he has been unable to fulfill that. And Red Bull would be expecting a lot more from the Mexican. Now, at the same time, has Sergio Perez proved himself to be an upgrade of Alex Albon and Pierre Gasly? I'd have to say no, because neither Gasly nor Albon had the kind of car that Perez has at his disposal. And lest we forget, last year, Alex Albon almost won the Austrian Grand Prix before being punted out of the race by Lewis Hamilton. So these are my views. What do you guys think? Has Sergio Perez been a disappointment for Red Bull, or he has done a much better job than Pierre Gasly or Alex Albon? Do let me know in the comment section. Please like, share and subscribe if you liked the video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.